everybody. This is Rob Cari from Hoosier Haunts. Hey, we touched base with you on the way over to Ashmore, and our intention was to walk you through our night. But honestly, to be completely honest, we were out in the middle of nowhere. We had nothing, signal on our phones were popping in and out. But we got back. We're in one piece. Got our mascot Ted here with us. We saw a lot of cool stuff, all right? So I want to introduce you to Carrie. I want her to tell you about some of the things we saw and some of the fun things that we got to experience.
Alrighty, I'm Carrie, and we went to Ashmore Estates last night. Of course, we told you we'd go live, but we didn't. So after reviewing our footage from between Rob and I, because we also have other investigators out there that still have footage that we haven't covered, we're going on like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. So if
Is it obvious?
Yeah, if I talk fast, or I may have drank a few Mountain Dews, I don't know. I'm on a sugar high. So anyway, on the 3rd floor, that creased me out. Okay, so on the 3rd floor at Ashmore, we got quite a bit. During story time, Rob and Crystal were doing a story time reading something about 5 Fat Pigs.
5 Fat Pigs.
Okay.
Everybody knows that one, right? 5 Fat Pigs? Never heard of it in my life.
Anyway, in our video, we have audio of heartbeats. It's constant. It's after you start reading, like it's right there at the microphone. It's not. What am I trying to say? It's not.
I don't know. It's a great story.
Yeah. Okay. It's like a normal heartbeat. Like, it's not perfect, but it's close enough that we think it sounds like a heartbeat. We'll post that later when we can figure out.
QRS rhythm if you're in the medical field.
Okay. Yeah.
Got a nice QRS rhythm.
Okay.
TUB.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Okay. So we left a camera on the 2nd floor for about 55 minutes with nobody investigating. We were down in the break room, Command Central.
Command Central was the only place where there was heat. We were getting warm. And we just left the stuff running. We said, let's see what happens when we're not around.
Right. So there's stairway lights that are censored, and we had quite a bit of those go on and off with no explanation. There's nobody investigating on those floors. We have a lot of different orbs on the different floors throughout the night, but on the 2nd floor, when the camera's going, we see orbs cross. We see different light play. There's no lights in the rooms where the light is coming from. We didn't have flashlights in there. Like I said, we're down in the basement pretty much, and there's no light source in that room. And and there's nothing around there. I mean, right. We're in the middle of nowhere, literally. Right. In the 29-minute first film, or first cut of it, I guess, because the camera did shut off at 29 minutes, and then it came back on by itself. Nobody was up there. In that first 29 minutes, it only came on once, and it was pretty bright. We were able to notice it real quick. The second time, it came on 2 or 3 times, but there's like a mist, and you can see something playing. We thought it might be little girls dancing or playing.
It was a distance. If you've seen a lot of paranormal video, when you shoot an IR, it starts to muddy a little bit as it goes deeper, but you could see definite forms and shapes. And it looked like kids dancing or playing. That was their activity area for that floor, so it makes sense that that's the kind of activity you'd see in a residual kind of way. So we were pretty geeked when we saw that.
On the 3rd floor, Dave and I are sitting over in the conference area. No. I didn't have all the chairs, so it'd be it was the 3rd floor. 2nd floor is on with the conference. Okay, so right. We've been up for quite a while.
There's only 3 floors, but we don't even know what order they were in. We went everywhere.
Okay, so we'll get better at this eventually, but tonight, like, this is very serious.
I will never be any different than this.
Okay, so on the third floor, Dave and I are sitting there while they're reading their stories and getting heartbeats and stuff. Dave starts reading the list of people that have had recorded deaths on the property. And we get about 5 or 6 people in, and I think one of them was Ishmael, maybe, or something. It started with I, which when we post it, we'll have definite answers as to what name it was. We hear a loud thump.
It was a big list, so.
Yeah, there's over 300 recorded deaths on the property alone. So we hear a thump, and I kind of zoom in over there. And then he goes a few more names, and then it happens again. So also the stairway light came on at one point while we're up there. But mostly a lot of our video tonight that we have reviewed was on the second floor when we just left it play. Nobody was investigating. Trying to think what else we missed. Oh, the most important thing. This made me emotional.
Yeah.
Don't clap.
I wish you guys could have seen her reaction in the moment. So
okay.
I'm not gonna say anything. Let her talk.
Okay. So on the second floor, Rob seems to notice something like moving around on the floor. So we zoom in. We're really listening, and you hear somebody in distress. I don't know if they're really screaming or just they are crying of some sort. And it broke my heart because I'm just thinking they're in pain or something. Because also on the second floor is where they did the lobotomies, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
So that was like hard for me to hear, but I'm glad I didn't hear it in person because that probably would have really shook me up even more than it did tonight. But all the sounds and all the light play, there was some kind of sounds. We thought we heard footsteps at some points. What's that machine?
Data logger.
Okay.
Data logger.
Okay. When the data logger was going off sometimes and it lights up. Someday we'll show you all of our tools we have, but so it's going off, and then the microphone has like some kind of feedback.
Right, it has a static. The data logger was going off, and what was basically happening is the anomalies we were seeing earlier, the data logger was about half the distance between the camera and the events. So then when the data logger started going off, right before the camera shut itself down, we started getting a weird rhythmic feedback on the microphone, a staticky sound that was just kind of pulsating, and all of a sudden, boom, she was done. So, obviously there's no absolute proof that there was a ghost sitting there hitting the stop button, but kind of looks that way. So that kind of got us excited too, and a little scared.
I didn't want to watch the last few seconds because I didn't want to see what was going to turn it off. The battery did not die because when we went up to collect the cameras, it was off, but I turned it on and there was still battery life. So I'm not sure what turned it off the first time at 29 minutes, but then it came back on and the camera doesn't really move. So it just did it by itself. And I believe this is a really good investigation. Definitely
it was a blast.
Definitely worth the time and energy. And it was just awesome to be there. It's a great place to go. And
yeah, if you like to investigate or you just enjoy, the paranormal in general, Ashmore Estates in Ashmore, Illinois, pack a lunch.
Don't pack a lunch. Go to Oilfield.
Oh, yeah.
Go to Oilfield.
We found a nice little restaurant, and how long has it been around? Like 1800s?
Yeah, it was a one-room schoolhouse. The I can't remember their names, but Martha and somebody.
Yeah, the gals were great.
Yeah, David got an autograph from one of them.
He did. He actually did. Found a magazine that they were featured in, and so he got that, and he asked them to autograph it, and they got a kick out of it. They were great fun. It was kind of like going out of state in the middle of nowhere, and your mom's there to cook you a hot meal. So that was really cool and a lot of fun, too. But, hey, I don't want to forget, and we don't want to forget, shout out to all the team members,
Yeah.
Like right now, Crystal and Peggy are locked away in a cave somewhere. I think it's named Steak and Shake, and they're reviewing some EVPs. Give me a strawberry shake, while you're out, will you? You know, Dave did a great job. Obviously, you guys worked a lot together last night and did some stuff and got some cool results. And Linda and Dustin and Todd and Rick, we had a phenomenal team that we pulled together. You know, Hoosier Haunts is still new. You know, we've all been doing this for a while, but we're new to each other. So if you've ever investigated, you know that you kind of got to get a feel for each other and see what everybody's strengths and weaknesses are. And we just had an absolute blast. We're not going to stop. We've got a new one coming up we're not ready to talk about yet, but it's a place nobody has ever been. We're going to be the first.
We want to mention our breakfast stop too.
Well, we probably should. I think you should talk about the breakfast stop.
Okay, the breakfast stop. We also picked a little cafe in Charleston.
Yeah.
Called Sunshine something.
Sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy.
Yeah. It was fabulous too. The bacon was amazing, but that was awesome. We did get to sleep at Ashmore because they do offer bunkhouses, which was excellent because
they do. Don't sleep by the window if it's cold.
Otherwise, most investigations you don't get to sleep. I mean,
True that.
You leave early if you're wanting to sleep, or you just drive back. And Ashmore, Illinois, is not close by. It's about 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it was quite a road trip, but
burned through the firewood, baby.
Right.
And huddled real close.
It was very cold. They actually shut the water off because of freezing, so we
made our own water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brought some powder, stirred it in.
So this is us when we are on lack of sleep, and I don't even know what time it is right now. It's 11:30 almost.
My body's just saying it should be the third time I slept. I don't listen to it.
But definitely stay tuned. We will try to post some stuff here shortly. Like I said, we've been reviewing ever since we got back, and we have
We're going to sleep at some point before we try doing that. So.
Yeah, we have a ton more stuff to go through. We'll try to get at least some pictures on maybe tonight, but as far as videos and stuff like that, we got to get with the rest of the team because we aren't all in the same town. So definitely stay tuned, and we will catch you later.
Peace out.